Ladies, gentlemen, subscribers, and listeners, weighing in at a gentleman never asks and a lady never tells, Haven the Whisper Rain, and her tag team partner, Jason the Nova Sean Carl. And you are listening to As the Heel Turns.
John Latte.
Hell yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. So we definitely should be committed. I just want you to know.
Really wild out.
You want to spin us in so we can jump right into this?
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Haven Rain, and I'm here once again with my lovely, crazy co-host. What's your name?
Mocha Latte. No, it's Jason.
Oh.
And, you know, before we start this podcast, this is a general wrestling recap kind of thing. We realized something. Kane is the only guaranteed Hall of Famer who no one's ever called the GOAT.
Right. Like, if any of you disagree, like, let us know if you think Kane is the GOAT. Actually, I'm going to post it on Facebook.
Oh, go ahead. Make it public, because no. Post on Facebook. Just play, because I want to know. Is Kane the GOAT? Like,
I'm about to find out if anybody thinks Kane is the GOAT. Let's see. I'm gonna make it public. This is a good question.
I just don't understand. Because here's the thing. He is a legend. He's a bona fide Hall of Famer. He has main evented many a pay-per-views. He is a multiple-time world champion, but no one's ever considered him to be the greatest anything.
Right. Like, I have never heard anybody say that. and like you said, he's not a bad worker. He was really, really good, especially like in his earlier years.
And the thing is, he's one of the safest workers to work with. Like, it's just, no one's ever considered him to be great.
Like he's literally overlooked for other people, you know?
Like, people appreciate Big Show more than they appreciate Kane, and Big Show is far worse than Kane.
Yeah, Big Show. I don't think anybody calls Big Show the GOAT either, though.
I've seen one or two people call him the GOAT.
Wow. They're crazy.
And he at least gets the best big man of all time.
Nah, he does. You're right. He definitely does get that.
Like, Taker's weird, because for the longest, Taker is one of those people that, like, if you were to call Taker the GOAT, people would be like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. But no one ever. Who do you think is the greatest?
AJ. Nah.
I honestly think that AJ Styles is the greatest in-ring wrestler of all time.
Yeah. Like, when he retires, can't nobody deny that man.
He literally could wrestle a broom and get at least a 2-star match out of it. Yo,
he pulls it out of people. That last match that he had with Jinder, that match was pretty fucking good.
It really was. And dude, look at this. Let's rewind a year ago. He was in a feud with Ellsworth.
And those matches were very entertaining. I was like, damn. He stole the shit out of everything Ellsworth did to him.
Do you remember that pop the crowd had when Ellsworth's Sweet Chin Music, the crowd exploded.
Yo, it was like, oh shit, it's happening. Like,
like, I actually thought for a second they might let this idiot do it.
For real, I was like, AJ better not lose to this man. But it was a good moment. And
before we go on, I do have a question. I do have a statement I was going to make. I think I was talking to you about it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair inspired the generation after him. Shawn Michaels inspired the generation of wrestlers after him. Who do you think is inspiring the next generation? Personally, I think it's going to be AJ.
I definitely believe it's going to be AJ. And not even because I'm an AJ fan, but you can't have a wrestling conversation about who's the best right now without his name coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And he's known everywhere. You know what I'm saying? People might argue Kenny Omega or Okada, but they don't have that star power. Like, they're not AJ Styles. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's just, and nobody hates AJ. Like, even people who don't like AJ, number one, they don't hate him. And two, they can't deny that he's the best wrestler on earth.
Exactly.
And I had an argument with somebody earlier, and this is not a knock on anyone else who's in contention for GOAT. It's not a knock on them. But I say for all, AJ's the best in-ring worker right now because people were complaining. People were complaining and fussing and all that good stuff. That, you know, what's the word? That AJ, I was in a group that was complaining that AJ's not the greatest wrestler in the world. What about, you know, Naka's on the same level of him, Finn's on the same level of him, blah, blah, blah. But at the same vein, they complain that Jinder is a terrible wrestler, right? Well, I rewound. Number one, I don't think Jinder's a terrible wrestler. Jinder he's a decent to good wrestler. It's just that the way his style works, it doesn't mesh for everybody. Like Randy Orton. Randy Orton's not a bad wrestler. He's just, his style don't work with everybody.
Right.
And my thing is, Naka got a good match. Let's just say that Jinder is terrible for the sake of this argument. If Naka, Finn, and all of them were the greatest wrestlers on earth, they were able to pull out a good match out of Jinder. But they didn't. Most people who hate Jinder say, oh, the matches were terrible, they were boring, blah, blah, blah. But AJ Styles could do it.
Mm.
So that's got to be credit to him. Again, this is hypothetical because I don't think that Jinder's a bad wrestler. I don't think those guys are terrible. I'm just adding the fact that AJ Styles could make any match entertaining and watchable. I don't think I've watched an AJ Styles match and I was bored.
For real, I know I haven't.
He's got the selling ability of Dolph Ziggler, but he has the credibility of, well, AJ Styles. So, because Dolph is not a bad wrestler. It's just that the aura around Dolph is I'm a loser. So
that is so terrible.
Let's be honest. If you took away all the audio from all Dolph matches and just watch the actual in-ring stuff, even let's say you made a music video out of it and actually showed a highlight reel of him, Dolph's an amazing athlete.
He is though.
It's just he mad boring. He like Big Show. Big Show puts on interesting matches, but he Big Show. Nobody cares. You can't be the GOAT like Kane.
Yo, shut up. This man is not no GOAT.
By the way, I'm looking at your thread right now. Yeah, no, it's a bunch of no's.
Damn, no love for
Kane. Banger said he's underrated, but no.
No love for Kane. That's crazy.
Someone said he's a disappointment.
Yo.
You know what? Kane is now officially my favorite legend just because everybody hates him. He's my underdog legend.
Fake love.
He's my underdog legend.
Got the fake love for Kane out here.
Look, because it's sad. I've never been hyped for a Kane match. Like, it's been, honestly, the last time I was hyped for a Kane match, my man was fighting RVD.
Damn, bro. That was a very long time ago.
Right. He had a mask on. Yo. No, I rephrased. I liked corporate Kane.
Did you really?
Because I didn't like that he kept wearing a mask because it's like, dude, we've seen your face. You don't need to wear a mask. So like the fact that he was just like so openly, I'm not Kane, was funny to me. He was entertaining. He wasn't hardcore badass in any way, shape, or form. But he was all right. He was okay.
He was decent.
Yeah, he is decent. I don't think he beat nobody. Like, I don't like him squashing Finn, and I think trying to have a good showing against Braun. I don't like that.
I don't care about Kane since he were done. And that was extremely long time ago.
Man, he just hating on the GOAT. Anyway.
Right.
I'm just saying, he's the best up and comer we got right now.
Is he an up and comer?
Why else would they have him go over younger stars? Because he's on the rise.
And yo, people, it's so funny. People defended him like that. Finn got squashed by Kane. He's a legend. Okay, but he like you said, he's not in a conversation for the greatest. So why would Finn? If Finn lost to like The Rock or John Cena, even Randy Orton, like okay, we get it. But Kane.
Yeah.
Kane.
Yeah, because Kane, because let's be honest, yo. Let's be completely honest. It's Kane.
Right.
It's Kane.
Kane.
Kane knows his worth. Kane knows he's only here to put over people. Let's be honest. Because that's the thing, and it's not a bad thing. He's had his moment in the sun. He is a bona fide legend. He's a bona fide Hall of Famer. He's cemented his legacy. He's good. He don't need to be beating nobody anymore. Same thing with Undertaker. Undertaker's last like 2-3 matches, he lost. He took L's on all of them.
Right.
That's what legends are supposed to do. John Cena, let's be real. John Cena, besides Baron Corbin, John Cena ain't really won a one-on-one match in like a year.
I said John Cena definitely beat Rusev in that flag match, so he won 2 matches.
Does that count?
Oh yeah, he beat Rusev. Listen, Rusev was on the rise, and he shut his shit down.
Look, Rusev, look, you may be right.
Talk about Rusev.
Look, by the way, everybody, happy Rusev and Snugbug Day.
I seen that. I was like, well, damn. Everybody getting their day out here.
Hey, you got a day too. Your day is Wednesday. It's heyday.
Oh my goodness.
See, heyday is on Wednesdays, Snugbug Day is on Sundays, and Rusev Day is every day.
Every day.
Every day. You watch that. That's my new day. Fuck Man Crush Monday and then Women Crush Wednesday. It's Heyday and Snugbug Day. But no, Rusev, man, can we get some more Rusev love? Rusev deserves some love, yo.
He really does.
Rusev's awesome. Have you seen his Instagram? He's my favorite Instagram person.
He's hilarious.
He's like, what's your favorite thing for breakfast? Wife.
Yeah, he's definitely out there.
He's like, look at her knees. They're bruised. Wonder why. Whoa.
Fucking dirtbag.
Whoa. Rusev number 1. Let's talk about a real up and comer. No, dude, no, okay. So on this weekend, I watched like a 15-minute video that said all the real names of wrestlers and their real ages. Do you know the Authors of Pain are like 22?
I don't know nothing about the NXT people, but
them big Brock Lesnar looking fools.
I know who they are. I just don't know anything personal about them. They
yeah,
look kind of young.
Yeah, but like I know they're 22. Them dudes look like Brock Lesnar.
They mad big.
And I didn't know that a lot. Every woman in NXT is below 28. Every one of them. The oldest one in NXT is Peyton Royce. She's 29.
Really?
Yep. And Dawson are 26 and 27. Xavier Woods, his name is actually his age is surprisingly 30. So
really?
Yep. I didn't know that Nakamura was 37. I thought he was a little older.
Whoa, he don't look older though. Don't be a hater.
No, I didn't. It's not that I didn't think she was older. It's that when they say how long they've been wrestling, I always think they're older.
Oh, right.
Because when they say Kevin Owens been wrestling for 19 years, I assume he's like 40, but when he's actually 35, I'm like, wait, hold up.
They start young, you know?
I didn't know this motherfucker was like 12 when they started wrestling.
I think that's when Paige started wrestling. She was 12.
Yeah. Speaking of Paige, she's probably gonna come back tonight.
Yo, I'm very excited for her because, first of all, I watch Total Divas. We know this.
Me
right?
too. Go on.
And she's been on since it started, I believe,
yes.
right? And the last season, seeing how they kind of phased her ass out, like she might have been in like 1 or 2 episodes and that was it. And just seeing how she was so upset when she got injured, she really wanted to wrestle, and her crying and her bullshit with Del Rio. And then you see it online how they're getting together, they're breaking up, they're having fights. I'm like, yo, this is a young woman, you know what I mean? And then not to mention her fucking leaked nudes in her private business. She was going through so much at once. For her to bring herself back from that terrible moment and get back to training and make a comeback, I'm proud. As a woman, bro.
Yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. You got me. You won me over.
Proud. Because she's good in the ring. You know that. And she's passionate about wrestling. There's no denying that. Mm-hmm. We all make mistakes. Now, we all might not have made her exact mistakes, but we all was with somebody who was bad for us.
Hell
you know what I'm saying? We all might have had an embarrassing moment in life. It might not have been news, but it was something. And her shit happened for the world to see. You know what I mean? She couldn't go online without probably seeing herself, seeing a meme about it, seeing somebody calling her a slut or whatever. Her man was no good for her, grown ass man with 2 kids, probably cheated on his wife for her. You know what I mean? Like, you got this no good dude controlling you almost.
Mm-hmm.
Him posting shit about the company you trying to work for or continue to work for. He ain't got no respect for her or what she want to do with her life.
He didn't.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for her to get out of all of that and come back, and I'm just super happy. I heard that I forgot which ladies, I think it was NXT ladies was helping her, wrestle and stuff. I think I seen her with Natty in the ring, and it's like, I respect that. She could have let that shit ruin her, but she did not.
You know what? You damn right.
She deserves it.
You're damn right. You're damn right. Because, like, okay, I was a big Paige fan. Okay, full disclosure, I've watched wrestling my entire life except for 2011 to like 2014.
Okay.
If it happened during that time, I probably caught the highlight reel. I wasn't watching. Mainly because of my work schedule, and I didn't know you could watch it online. So, like, I was just like, well, guess I can't watch it no more.
Right.
So, like, the endless Randy Orton and John Cena feud, skip it.
Good. You ain't missed nothing.
The summer, or I like to call it the weekend of Punk, missed all that.
You said the weekend. Oh, you play him.
And if he wasn't whack. But anyway, whack ass.
Oh my goodness.
That's how them corny ass, obviously scripted promos. Please.
People ate it up.
You think the same company, let's be real for a second. You think the same company that controls everything that everybody says is going to let this man go off for 10 solid minutes.
Right.
And talk mad trash about him. Nah, scripted. Yeah, get out of here.
Right. They cut Mike's quick. So you trying to tell me they couldn't cut his shit?
And you know what's funny? People still give this motherfucker the props. He created the Shield. No. You know what he said? He said that his exact quote was that I wanted Cassius Ohno in the Shield instead of Roman Reigns. That's what he said. He didn't say he created it. Everybody's like, he created it. No. They gave him an idea. And he tried to, look, I like Cassius Ohno, but I think that Roman was definitely an upgrade.
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
Look, I ain't trying to shame nobody, but Cassius ain't scaring nobody.
Dude said he ain't scaring nobody.
He's Apollo.
He has that look. Like, he look like I will knock you out.
Right. Roman at least has the look. They both can wrestle. Roman just has the look. Yes, Cassius can talk more, but that's why the Shield was good, because everybody had a different thing. Mm-hmm. Dean was a talker, Roman was the big man, and Seth was the technical guy. That's what worked. Cassius Ohno is a big-ish guy, but he doesn't look threatening. And he smiles too damn much. But I'm digressing. So like so with Paige is my girl, because like when I came back, she was like, it was right when the Divas Revolution started. That's when I really started, like, I was back, like I was in. Mm-hmm. And I was like, look at these girls who can actually wrestle. No, not knocking them, but let's be honest. Growing up, there wasn't a lot of women who could wrestle. It was like Mickie James and Mickie James.
It damn sure wasn't a lot.
It was not a lot. Gail Kim was there, but she quit twice because she was like, this is for the birds.
For the birds. Yeah, she definitely was good though.
Honestly, if you wanted to watch good female wrestling, you went to TNA, honestly.
And that's crazy.
Because TNA, that knockout division, kicked the women's division's ass from the jump all the way up to, honestly, when they renamed it the Women's Revolution. The knockouts division was the shit.
I believe you.
Because they didn't care what you look like. They're like, can you wrestle? All right, go out there.
You say, okay, go ahead, do your thing.
Dude, they were tearing it up, man. I still watch some of their matches. I was like, God damn, these girls are good. Damn. Mickie James left when she went over there after she was like, she threw up the deuces to WWE. She's like, all right, peace.
Yeah, she damn sure was over there for a bit.
But I'm digressing. But Paige always came off as a legit actual wrestler, and I like that. And she was technical, and I love me some technical. You know my favorites, Natty, Becky.
We know.
Technical girls get me every time. I'm telling you right now, Asuka's best match that I've seen in the E was against Mickie, because they actually treated it like an actual wrestling match instead of the normal squash match. Because you know me, I don't like squash matches.
I know.
I can't stand squash because they're pointless. They're so pointless.
I hope that it happens when they ain't got nothing to do for you. So they're like, just have this squash match.
And that's the thing. And that ties into why I hate undefeated streaks. Because undefeated streaks, you only have two options. You can keep the person undefeated and have them do nothing but squash matches, or you can have it to where they beat your main people all the time every week. That's your only two options.
That's crazy.
And so, like, whatever. But no, Paige was cool. Paige could talk. She could actually talk. She could wrestle. She was good. I liked her accent because it wasn't so thick you couldn't understand what she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I liked her and Becky's feud. I did not like her and Charlotte's feud.
I didn't like that either, honestly.
I did not like it. Like, I started liking Flair way after that. That actually hurt it, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, this is terrible. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. But also, can we say this real quick? Alicia Fox, on the record, is like the best thing on the women's roster right now. I love Alicia Fox.
I definitely fuck with Alicia Fox. Like, she's entertaining. I don't care what nobody says. She's definitely entertaining.
Yes, she is. I love Alicia Fox, man. Like, I was so quick to change my profile cover photo to her in that little captain outfit. I was like, man, she's freaking adorable. You know how young she is?
I think she's on her 20. I don't know. I think she's on her 20s, like 29, something like that.
She's 29.
She's been there for a while, too.
She's been there a decade. She debuted when she was like 18, 19.
That's dope. Good thing she still got a job.
Right. See, can't nobody tell nothing. Alicia Fox about, yo, I want to meet her. She's on my list.
She's on my list.
Clicks pin. No, we have to talk about it. Today is Eddie Guerrero's, or the anniversary of when he died.
Yes.
Yes, and she is. It's Eddie Guerrero was special to me. Honestly, I actually legit real tears, cried when he passed because he lied, he cheated, and he stole our hearts. It's so corny, but you know what I mean.
True though.
It really was like it's awesome. I love because my favorite memory of Eddie, like a lot of people hate this feud. I love the feud because it was so intense. I love his feud with Rey Mysterio because Eddie was weird. Eddie was weird because he was not, like, body wise, he was not so big that he couldn't mix it up with the cruiserweights, but he wasn't so tiny he couldn't mix it up with the heavyweights either.
Right, he was like the perfect medium.
Yeah, like Rey Mysterio has no business fighting Batista
at all.
But Eddie Guerrero could fight Batista. And Eddie Guerrero could fight Rey Mysterio. But I love that feud because, like, Eddie is a great at in-ring psychology. Except when he got pissed off. Because I remember he got pissed off. That was great. Apparently, Vicky Guerrero didn't do a spot for him. Like, she was supposed to come out earlier and she forgot. He audibly said on the mic, "Where the fuck is Vicky?"
Wow.
I remember that episode. I was like, why? I remember watching it as a kid. I was like, why is he screaming for Vicky? I don't understand what's going on. Because you could definitely tell what he was doing.
That's great.
But Eddie was always, because he was charismatic. The dude oozed charisma. Like, he was just born charismatic. And I like that he took an obviously racist stereotype.
Right.
And made it entertaining. What's your gimmick, man? I'm Mexican who lies, steals, and cheats. What?
Like,
and he's like, I love it. Let's do it.
Hey, he owned it, though. That's what's up.
That was back in the day where WWE was super not, sensitive to people's feelings or emotions.
Not at all. They had hoes, a nation of black people that was stereotypical. They had
Mexicans. They had Mexicans who rode lawnmowers.
Yeah, like, wow, you remember Jimmy Wang Yang?
Yes.
Come on, bro.
Remember JTG, like the Crime Time?
Bro, that was typical as fuck. Like,
what are you? We're black people who steal. What?
Like, okay, that's how you really feel?
Apparently, yeah, they're just like, that's what we do. And that's what they did. They stole stuff.
Well, did they wear Timbs, though?
They did. In the ring.
That was a big ass stereotype. Yeah.
You know who I think honestly is, if there was an award for best underdog in all of wrestling history, like no kayfabe, all realistic, best underdog, I would have to say it has to go to The Miz.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because this man, remember his gimmick? This man's original gimmick was he's a reality TV star. Who he messed up his lines all the time. He came off as dry. He wasn't good in the ring. And now people cheer his name as the bad guy.
I know. They rocks with him.
I remember the time he had to do the Diva Search thing. He forgot the number to the Diva Search, and he wrote it on his arm and had kept checking it, and he had smeared it off and just made up numbers. Wrong too. He what?
He said that wrong too.
Yes, and he had that awful haircut. And he tried to get the hoorah thing over. It's just
nasty.
But Miz has a special place in my heart because he is the ultimate underdog.
Yeah, he finally made something of himself.
Yep, he is absolutely underdog. We have to talk about this too. We heard news earlier that Neville might be coming back.
Yo, first of all, my body is ready. Right?
That sounds dangerous. Okay. My body is ready.
Yo, Neville? Hurry up and bring him back to me, man. I seen that and I literally yelled. I probably look like a crazy woman. But I was like, yes.
You're like me when you're like me. I know I talk about like I hate nostalgia because I do. But when I heard that Kurt was coming back, that was me. I was like, oh hell yeah.
Right? Let me get excited.
It's Kurt freaking Angle. Because Kurt was always one of my favorites growing up. Because like he was legit like one of my top people growing up because he was himself. That's the thing. And he was so goofy. He was like, I'll break a freaking ankle. Dude, it's not that serious. You know what's funny? My friend made a statistic for me. He said, do you realize that Kurt Angle spent more time in TNA than he did in WWE?
Damn.
He's technically more of a TNA wrestler than a WWE wrestler.
That's crazy.
Because he was in WWE from 99 to 06, which is 7 years. And then he was in TNA from 06 to 2000, I want to say 16.
Jeez.
So he was there 10 years and with us 7. So he's technically a TNA wrestler. But that's weird. I don't know. It blows my mind when people can wrestle for their entire life. That's awesome though. But that's so with the road work and the travel, that's got to be just hectic.
I know.
Can you imagine that wrestling 7 days? Well, not 7 days, like 5 6 days a week.
Yo, all I know is they put their bodies through a lot with minimum sleep, son.
And they deserve respect because of it. Dang it.
They really do. Okay.
Because my ass, I don't know, I couldn't do that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I couldn't do that. What?
It's crazy. This is just a little side note. When I was watching Total Divas, and Maurice was trying to, get Alexa to like wear heels and dress up. But I'm like, yo, she wrestles 5 nights a week. Why would she want to wear heels when she's not in the ring? Like her whole body probably hurts. I don't sound like an asshole, but she's not wrestling, so you can wear heels all the live long day.
Yeah. And that's the thing. See, that don't make any sense. You're right. Because she should. If I'm on my day off, I'm wearing whatever the hell I want to wear.
Yeah, and she just says she likes to be comfortable. She wears her chucks, like sweatpants or leggings. Like she wants to be comfortable.
Which is weird because The Miz is well documented saying like when he's on the road, whatever, he wears suits and stuff like that. When he's by himself, he wears jersey and sweats.
Word, like he wants to be dressed up all the time like they're going to a fucking ball.
You know what's awesome though? You know what they said on a lot of things? Majority of the wrestlers, if you like the female wrestlers, if you see them out in public, you may not recognize them because they put on so much makeup purposely that they look like different people when they're out of it. Because Carmella, I saw Carmella's picture with or without it. Carmella is a different person without her makeup on.
Find that picture.
She's a different person, man. She look like she don't look bad. Don't get twisted. She don't look bad. She just looks like she could be Carmella's sister, but that ain't Carmella.
Nigga said Carmella's sister.
Yes, and I would, if I wore a lot of makeup and whatnot, as a female wrestler, because obviously I'm a female wrestler, I would do that. I want to be unrecognizable. I don't want to have a Sami Zayn issue where like I run into people in the street and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Also, we got to talk about this. So tonight, depending on when you listen to this, before or after, the Shield has a match, pretty much.
Hell yeah!
And what are your thoughts on how the Shield has been so far? I know we've had like illnesses and whatnot, but they've tried their best to hold it together. But how have you, quote unquote, enjoyed or not enjoyed the Shield return?
Honestly, it's really just been Dean and Seth because, like you said, Roman got sick. After that second week, I believe.
Yeah.
They literally was together for like I think 2 weeks, and then he was sick and out for how many weeks has it been now?
4.
He's been out longer than the Shield has been back. So I feel like he made a guest appearance, and then it went back to being Seth and Dean. So I think that sucks because it definitely slowed down their momentum, but they do have time to get it back. He comes back tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I think people are excited. As much as some of them don't want to admit it, they love when the whole Shield is together.
My question to you is this. How long do you think it's going to last, this go around?
Not that long. I don't think it'll be that long. I'll give it till the Royal Rumble since they lost so much time.
Yeah.
From being sick, but it ain't gonna be that long.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I made a point, and I was like, what if, before they announced this match, I told someone on one of the groups, what if when their first time actually tagging as a team, someone turns on them? Simply because the amount of heat this person would get would be nuclear. You mean we never, ever, ever got that return match? Ever? That person would be booed out of any building.
Yeah, that'd have been crazy.
That would be good, but I'm wondering why they had this mismatch tonight, though. Because, like, I'm just curious because they got a match with the New Day, most likely, Sunday.
Well, that's probably why. Maybe you think the New Day might win because the Miz or somebody might interfere?
See, I don't know. I'm telling you right now, though, the men's match is going to be a cluster.
That's a disgusting word. And also, yeah, it's going to be... I honestly don't care about Raw's team, to be honest.
That ragtag team.
Only guy... I mean, see... Had this been the debut of Kurt Angle back in the ring, it would have meant a lot more. But we saw him at the last pay-per-view, so it ain't special no more.
Mm-hmm.
And I only care about Finn. I'm happy he ain't wrestling no bullshit with Bray. So
I'm about to hurt.
But I don't care. You know what I mean?
I'm about to hurt your feelings because I think this is not a rumor or anything. I think this is how it's gonna go down. First off, Braun about to be the first one off that team.
You think so?
First one. The Miz and them gonna run in on him. He about to be the first one up out that team.
Okay.
Because last year, remember Ellsworth and them got him out.
Yeah, he did.
He ain't eating no pins, but he getting counted out. All the monsters always get counted out or something like that. Except for last year, Nia tapped out, which was weird.
Right.
Because she was undefeated, but she tapped out, which is weird. They never talked about it, but whatever. But he about to be the first one about that team. Finn, unfortunately, I think Bray's interfering on Finn. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Don't at me like that.
I just think it is. I don't want it to happen, but I think it is. Elias is definitely interfering with Jason Jordan. That's just gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H, if true, he might come and mess with Kurt. I don't know. It might happen.
Think so.
Might happen. I'm just telling you, the only person who's not getting interfered on Team Raw is probably Joe.
That's crazy.
That's about it. Unless him and Finn have a brawl, which I'm like, okay, that's the whole team. On SmackDown, look, there's endless possibilities. First off, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they about to interfere.
That's a given right there.
They're gonna interfere. Let's see, Rusev might interfere. Definitely.
He got nothing else to do.
Right. Dude, this whole pay-per-view ain't gonna be nothing but interferences. Like, just be honest.
I can see that happening because it's ridiculous.
And I don't got a problem with it because if because of how big these matches are, and because the matches are going to be, if they're anything like last year, because last year's men's match was an absolute mess, but it was a glorious mess.
I love that match. I don't know what you talking about, child.
No. When I say a mess don't have to be bad.
Shit, I don't know.
I loved last year. It was a cluster, but I loved every second of it.
I think it was great. I think the way they did it last year, it was perfect. The way, like you said, the way Braun got eliminated, then he murdered Ellsworth. You know, the list with Jericho and Kevin Owens. It was perfect.
Yeah,
absolutely perfect. This year, the only thing I can say about Raw is they're giving guys a chance. You got Jason Jordan, he's new. You know, Finn's new to the main roster, like a year in. You know, Joe, Braun. Whereas SmackDown, we got Randy, he was there last year. Shane, he was there last year. John Cena, why? Makes no sense. All we got is Nakamura and Bobby Roode. And not to sound like an ass, but they haven't really made Bobby Roode a thing on the main roster yet.
And see, that's the thing. I have my predictions on what I think they're going to do with Bobby, but I'm going to hold off on those because they're really just my predictions. I have no basis for them. They're just an idea behind my head. But a reason I think it's good to have Bobby Roode and Shin on there is Raw's side is stacked for the most part.
It is.
And if the SmackDown team, besides, of course, Randy Orton is there to add some legitimacy to the team. So he's like, all right, we got to do main events at WrestleMania countless times. And, you know, he's on team. Shane's obviously the big, you know, for some reason they think Shane's a draw, but whatever, cool. You know, those are big names. Naka benefits a lot from being on this team, and Bobby Roode does too, because if they can match up with, you know, Samoa Joe and Finn and all these people, it makes them on an even playing field. Especially if they get to pin it. Bobby Roode pins anybody on the other team besides Jason Jordan. He gonna look real strong. Finn is at that point where he won't lose anything from taking a pin. He just won't.
Man, I need Finn to not eat a damn pin, bro.
I think he's gonna eat a pin to Nakamura. I honestly think that's what I think is gonna happen. Joe eats pins like nobody's business, but because of how he's booked outside of that, people are like cool with it. Joe eats a lot of pins. Like this past year, Brock has pinned him once, Braun has pinned him once, Finn has pinned him once, Roman's pinned him twice, Seth has pinned him twice. He's been pinned a lot.
Man, that's crazy.
It's just because of how they book him as this savage assassin character. I tell people all the time, your character can make it to where pins don't matter.
Okay.
Because Roman's to the point where Roman can eat a pin to the end of the year and he's still good. Seth is that way. I looked up the statistics. You know, Seth's win record is 33%. He loses 2 out of every 3 matches he's in.
That's bad.
But he's still good. He's still the main event guy. At one point, he was the biggest name on Raw. But that was back when he had the same winning streak. Because Seth is technically 0-2 against Bray Wyatt. Joe, he's beaten Joe like one good time, but Joe's beaten him like twice. If Dean and Seth get pinned, it's always Seth who eats the pin.
Unbelievable.
It's just how he's booked. So, like, I think if Nak gets a pin and Joe and Bobby Roode gets a pin, even if they get pinned after that, they're going to be good. Randy Orton is just there to make him look tough. He's there to swoop in, get a clean RKO, and that's all right. See you. Hit the showers.
Yeah.
John Cena is here for one reason and one reason only. Let's be honest. Team SmackDown have no counter for Braun Strowman. They just don't.
That's crazy, man.
Because Randy ain't beating Braun Strowman. Bobby ain't beating Braun Strowman. Nakamura ain't beating Braun Strowman. And Shane McMahon for damn sure ain't beating Braun Strowman.
Just downplay Shane's whole existence.
Look, what it's going to be is they go triple team the hell out of this man. They might get an RKO. They definitely get an FU out of it. I honestly think we're going to get an FU. I'm calling right now. FU, what's the word? FU combination with a Kinshasa. I'm see that. If they're going to pin him, that's how they're going to pin him.
I can see that.
Because we're going to need something big. Because John Cena can beat Braun Strowman and Braun Strowman not look weak.
Yeah.
If Bobby Roode pins Braun Strowman with a DDT, it's over. Send him to the showers.
That's gonna be insane. I don't think they'll do that.
They would. I got a real question for you though. Then I got another one for you. My question to you is this: do you think there's been a lot of back and forth about whose division is better in your opinion? Because I want to ask you, you are the expert on ladies wrestling.
Shut up.
I mean, look, you are though. You know it way better than me. You actually watch NXT, which automatically gives you a leg up.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's more than me.
Damn.
If Velveteen Dream ain't on the screen, I ain't watching.
That's your boy.
I don't give a damn about anybody else besides Ember Moon and Nikki Cross. Them three is all I give a damn about. I don't give a damn about the tag team division, even though I do like Sanity. I don't give a damn. I really don't give a damn about their NXT title scene. I don't give one damn.
So you're not gonna watch the pay-per-view Saturday?
I'm gonna watch because they have good wrestling, but for storyline, I don't watch NXT for storyline. I watch NXT for the matches.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Because okay, let me just say right now, I do not think that NXT is overrated. I just think that it's overhyped.
Okay.
Because a lot of their storylines be, for lack of a better term, they're TNA storylines. They really are.
Yo, he just said TNA storyline. You violating them.
No, they are though. Look, dude. Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black are having a feud over dude not saying other dude's name.
That is a very weird. That is a weird one.
But people are like, this is a great feud. This is awesome, dude. It's over a name.
Yeah, I guess it's just the two personalities that make it interesting. But yeah,
and that's the thing. That's a very TNA thing. Because look at the Hardy Boys, the Broken Hardys. The Broken Hardys, they didn't put on good matches. The characters were good.
Very good though.
Dude, I love Matt Hardy. I like Jeff Hardy too. They don't put on good matches. They just got good personalities.
Jeff Hardy puts on good matches. Well, he can.
Look, I'm just one of the few people in the world that think Jeff Hardy is a spot monkey. Like,
oh my gosh, I cannot believe you.
No, I'm not saying he's not good at matches. I'm just saying the reason they worked is Matt's more technical, but Matt doesn't do oh shit moments. While Jeff is way less technical, but he does oh shit moments. Okay. They balance each other out. Together, they're phenomenal. But like, I've never watched a Jeff Hardy match and be like, dude, that's match of the year. And I've never seen a Matt Hardy match and be like, dude, that's match of the year.
Never.
Never. And people are like, what about him and Undertaker? Y'all, it's Undertaker. It's Undertaker. Undertaker got a good match out of Brock Lesnar. Come on now.
Crazy too.
Like, come on now. Even that hot trash match at WrestleMania, Undertaker did all right.
He listen, it was a long match, so I give him his props for going that long.
Because don't get twisted, we civilians. We can't go 30 minutes in the ring anyway. So let's be
right.
real.
So the conditioning for that shit is something else. You know what I'm saying? Right.
But like, honestly, I'm just saying NXT is not overrated. I don't think NXT is overrated. I just think sometimes it's overhyped. Now, don't get twisted. I know some people like Banga, like Justin, who he reps TNA too. So I take his word because TNA storylines are NXT storylines. It's the same storylines. It's right. The only difference is it's all about how you present the match. Because the thing that hurts TNA's matches is that their ring is so clunky and loud that the matches seem just awful.
Yo, this bro said clunky. I hate that word.
I want you to watch back a match. Their ring is so damn loud. Clunk, 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 clunk. Plus, one of my favorite podcasts, they did talk about the main difference, and they said one of the big differences, one thing that WWE does better than anybody else is that they build up to a finish.
Okay.
In other promotions, they just have a finish, like it'd be out of nowhere. But in WWE, they are one of the few people that build up, and I'm like, you're right, because I watched some of his matches, like AJ Styles, for example. His match in TNA compared to New Japan compared to WWE. And you're right. As much as I love him everywhere, WWE is the only place where he builds up to the finish.
Mm.
In TNA, it was just out of nowhere. It was a good match, but they'd be like, oh, style clash out of nowhere. Like, you just didn't see it coming. And that's good, but like, I like the build up because it builds your intensity. Like, oh my goodness, it's going to end. It's going to end. It's going to end.
Right.
with TNA is sometimes because it was out of nowhere and they're clunky ass rings that you're just like, oh, I guess it's over.
Yo, that's a terrible thing.
Like, I love TNA. I do love TNA, but Bound for Glory was the worst pay-per-view I have seen all year.
Was it?
Dude, it was. Dude, I asked my TNA fans, they were like, yo, this shit was garbage.
It's all bad.
Not one clean finish the entire pay-per-view.
Oh, that's ugly.
Not only that, they botched so many finishes. Dude, one dude hit his finisher and the ref rung for the bell.
Wait, what? Before the pin?
Pin my man. He didn't pin him and they rung the bell.
That's really bad. He needs to be fired for that one.
Because the thing is, you know why? Because they let go. Like they had Earl Hebner, like when they had Earl and whatever Hebner, like the two legendary refs or whatever. Mm-hmm. They let him go this week, like the week before the pay-per-view.
Oh,
and it's all garbage, man. I watched that pay-per-view. I'm like, man, I ain't never talking shit about WWE pay-per-view ever again.
Ever.
I am a TNA diehard. Like I told you last week, I only watched TNA that week. But I'll be the first to tell you that shit was garbage.
Damn, dude.
Like I wanted my time back. Like I'm trying to branch out. I will watch some Ring of Honor because I do like Cody Rhodes. Like I'll be honest, Cody Rhodes did get me to watch Ring of Honor. Like nothing wrong with Ring of Honor, just that I'll be real with you. I watch Ring of Honor for two things: the tag team division and the world champ. Nothing else. I don't care about nothing else. Cody Rhodes the champ. I'm watching Cody. Cody's hella entertaining. I won't say that WWE dropped the ball with Cody. I'm just saying that because Ring of Honor style is different, Cody can flourish there.
All right.
Because WWE is the land of giants. Let's be wrong. It's the land of giants.
It is.
In Ring of Honor, Cody is the same size as everybody else. So he can work. But that I'm digressing. But I'm not gonna watch New Japan. That's not gonna happen. No one's gonna ever convince me to watch New Japan. I'm just not gonna do it. Because the pay-per-views be on at 1 a.m, girl, 2 a.m for you.
Yeah, I would never stay up and watch that.
And I don't like reruns. When I wake up, all the spoilers are on the main page. I ain't watching their pay-per-views be WrestleMania long. Fuck that.
Hell no.
I ain't watching no 7-hour pay-per-view at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nah.
Yeah, that's a big match.
You know Definitely. What? I will watch a New Japan match. But you ask me to keep with the storylines and the pay-per-views? Nah, son.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about their storylines.
And they main events be hour longs off the jump, off the rip? Nah, son.
It'd be good, but yeah, that's long, man.
I watched Kenny Omega versus Dude in that trilogy, and don't get it twisted. It's a good match. But when your highlights got to be 12 minutes long because the match was an hour, no. His match went to an hour time limit draw. Fuck that.
Oh my gosh. You're not having it.
When your 3 matches together are longer than the Titanic, nah, son, I ain't watching that.
We can't do this.
But in conclusion, I was going to ask you this. I got off subject. Which women's division do you think is the best? And rank them for me. Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Rank them for me.
I would probably say NXT as far as matches go. They win. And after that, I gotta give it to SmackDown. And then Roy's there.
I agree. And you know why I agree with you? Raw somehow hot off that feud with Charlotte and all of them, somehow rubbed all the shine off of Sasha and Bayley.
Right, like what?
Like neither one. Like a year ago, if Sasha ate a pin or Bayley ate a pin, you'd be like, "Oh my god, they pinned them."
Right, like oh no.
Now it's just a regular episode of Raw. Sasha, Bayley, Nia could all get pinned today and be like, "Oh, all right, cool."
Yeah, it's like whatever.
Yeah, neat, whatever, cool story, bro. Like it's just, it's because they're trying to make everyone eat. Like both shows are trying to make everybody even. Raw's doing it by having everybody pin everybody. And that doesn't work. You can't have everybody pin everybody.
It don't work like that.
And I just that's what I'm telling you. It's gonna take a lot. I'm telling you, it's gonna take a lot for me to care about Raw's women's division. It's gonna take a lot. Because I'm not saying I'm not gonna give them respect. I'm gonna watch their matches because they're wonderful athletes. I'm not that dude who's like, I'm gonna go on a piss break. I'm not gonna say that. But for me to be invested in care, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna front. I don't really care about nothing. No women feuds on Raw. What is on Raw right now?
What, women?
Right.
Well, we lost Emma, so.
So that's that. Asuka's having squash matches now.
We got Alicia Fox.
Who is she feuding with though? Nobody.
I'm thinking Bailey right now because
get into that feud, but
she picked everybody for her team except for Bailey.
He played her too.
She really did. I'd be okay with the Lisa Fox Bailey feud as long as Lisa Fox goes over because Bailey's just Bailey.
Oh, they are playing Bailey so bad.
Yo, if the women's division had a mid card, Bailey would be the mid card.
That's a fact.
That's sad because she was definitely because she can go in the ring. It's just I tell people all the time, NXT feuds, NXT characters don't automatically mean you're gonna get over on the main roster because it's different beasts.
Yeah.
People are like they booked Bailey bad. And yes, they did book Bailey bad, but people were booing Bailey back before when she was still winning. She was mad undefeated when she beat Charlotte for the championship. People were still booing her because in NXT they're cool with someone's gimmick is they like hugging people. On main roster, that shit corny.
Yeah, they're like,
It's a different beast. Like I'm telling you right now, Velveteen Dream is the reason I watch NXT. But I'm the first person to tell you that shit will never get over on the main roster.
Not at all.
His ass will be booed out the door day one.
That's bad, man.
Because it's because the main roster crowd is not just it's the entirety of America, not just I'm not trying to be mean, a gymnasium. Like because NXT is the same 300 people or 400 whatever people every week for months. While main roster, you got the Chicago crowd, the New York crowd, the Tennessee crowd, which are all different beasts that cheer for different things.
Yeah, that's true. There's definitely a lot of different people. And
you can even let's take some of those popular people. Like in some towns, Seth can be cheered. Other ones he can be booed. It's weird. In some towns, they cheer the heels and they boo the faces. And in the next town, the next night is the flip.
Yeah.
Some towns love SmackDown, period. It don't matter what it is. They love SmackDown and hate Raw. Other towns are the opposite.
I don't know how you can hate SmackDown.
I don't know either. But I've seen one town that just booed everything they did. It was weird. Yeah, I don't know. But we've run a little long. So Miss Haven, please, where can we find you? Where?
You'll find me Instagram, Snapchat at Haven_Rain. That's HAEVYNREYHNE.
Okay. And you can find us, the As the Heel Turn, because I don't think we said the name in the beginning.
No, I don't think we did.
Good, we have we got a expert expert thing in the beginning that's gonna do it for us. But yes, you can find us on the Comic Jaunt Podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, and all the other podcast things. So, in final conclusion, we have to say this to our wonderful captain, Alicia Fox.
Wow.
We hopefully you can lead Team Raw to greatness.
Maybe.
I don't think y'all gonna win, but I hope you do good. Later.
Later.
I feel like you were waiting for me to say